Hey, and we are live. We're live. We did it. We made it. Unfortunately, at the moment, we appear to be solo Burke. I delayed the stream for a whole minute trying to wait for my dad to see if he was going to pop up. But no, he played a trick on me. He said, you can be my alarm. Phone me at 8:30. I'm going to go for a nap, and then I'll be up and ready for 9 o'clock when the stream starts. But then he turned his phone off. Or it died and he didn't charge it, which is more likely, bless him. So we are solo Burke. While we're waiting for people to build in, though, what I'm going to do is I'm going to play you a few songs. We're going to learn some stuff. We're going to meet a whole new band. This is the Northern Boys. If you don't know, you're in for a treat. They're a bunch of older men that have very adult themes in their songs. But yeah, let's crack on with it. Let's do a little musical interlude. Let me just find that there. 1 second. Don't press that button. I press this one. Share screen. There we go. All right, so let's take us both off the panel. If I get here, I will press this one. Wrong one. That one, and then
right, back to the Kenny Jr., Norman, Payne and Kev. My wife's got a bee John Fleas with a sex addiction, and it's hard to walk him in the park. Every other dog we see gets chased and pinned and fucked and licked in the ass. My grandson smoking weed in his bedroom, texting girls photos of his cock. Jesus, fuck. If a dad comes round, then I'll smash his car with a rock. Big old balls, they drag me down. You find me dancing around sexy town. Red light district pedaling around, and then I get mucked and my pants turn brown. Bachelor pad covered in spaff. Dorito crumbs all up in my bath. Flaking skin on my head. Sunbird flesh, let it shed. Wake up Sunday, wife just punched me, said she's hungry, gotta go cook. Wi-Fi's broken, so I gotta watch my porn in the form of comic books. Brother, look, wank myself with a single finger, Captain Hook. Then I go smoke my pipe with a random man in a dark and weary nook. Bought a transgender man 2 pints, can I get lucky and fist him tonight? You stick my cock with a pink hair tie, not too tight, no, I don't wanna die. Used to have a dog, his name was Francis, then he ran away, what a selfish bastard. Now I got a cat and his name is Patrick. PKJ got jealous and attacked him. When I say hi, I get shut down. When I'm outside, I get stressed out. When I got people around, I'm anxious, nobody likes me, what the fuck now? When I say hi, I get shut down. When I'm outside, I get stressed out. When I got people around, I'm anxious, nobody likes me, what the fuck now? Call me the neighbour's name when you fuck me. You ain't gotta kiss me, you ain't gotta hug me. Shit, I mean really, just do something, please just touch me. I don't wanna go to my nephew's birthday and friends play rugby, they might just hurt me. Last time they just kicked my shins and spat on a Christmas turkey. Hit another spliff and I feel alright, then I hit another line, I convulse and fly. Rip out my heart left open wide, jump from the back of me ex and pipe. I'm like hello, I'm like hi, do you wanna back up, do you wanna... Do you want to catch up? Do you want to cry? Do you want a slice of the painful pie? Guy's got a best friend, her name's Sandy. She's got a husband, his name's Andy. I like to picture them when they fuck and imagine that ass tastes sweet like candy. Who's got a camera? Wanna take a picture? Got a good shot of my best friend's sister. She's bent down with her hand on red rock hard in the middle of a game of Twister. I play the horns of death. A girl said hi, now I'm obsessed. Sticking in the wank bank back to the nest, and it's candlelight, laid back and caress. I'm not alone, the voice in my head tells me I'm handsome and great in bed. When you got chocolate, who needs sex? I can just wank to a text instead. When I say hi, I get shut down. When I'm outside, I get stressed out. When I got people around, I'm anxious, nobody likes me, what the fuck now? When I say hi, I get shut down. When I'm outside, I get stressed out. When I got people around, I'm anxious, nobody likes me, what the fuck now? Hold on. Oh yeah. Hold on. Oh yeah. All right.
Omelette du fromage.
I'm an electro-techno love dispenser. Came from a Chinese tech inventor. My heart got crushed by the pain of love, so now I replace that with a smoke detector. Make love for the lonely robot, pinanical, vaginical, mechanical man. I got a whole lot of love to love, but it's locked inside like a jar of jam.
What's your username? I'll save it in my database. Come and kick it with the robot gang. I wish I had a dick like a laser beam. I fire at your motherboard, 4 terabytes of RAM. Goddamn, mechanical man, can you scan me nads until the printer jams? Image of me stacking is free to use if you just subscribe to me monthly plan.
It's been a very long time since past connected. My robot logo sticks neglected. I make one move, then I get rejected. So now I gotta try through a different perspective. Robo, cyborg, super sex, artificially intelligent computer tech. Fuck my brain with your GPS, bitch. I wanna get lost in your super web.
Beam me up, Mr. Elon Musk. Adopt me as one of your robot sons. I promise that to try my best. You can feed me scraps and you can wipe me bum. Bluetooth button on me noggin when I wanna connect. With both arms in a USB. See, it's a little tricky when I'm off me head to operate things that I've never seen.
You don't love me as the man I am, but would you love me as a robot man? You could never love me for me. I had to let you go and then it set me free. You don't love me as the man I am, but would you love me as a robot man? You could never love me for me. I had to let you go and then it set me free. Now I'm free. I be poop, a password please. You need permission if you wanna touch me. Look, baby, I'm the flavor of the month. Your loving is a cliff, I don't wanna take a jump. I'm on my own like a coat in a cloakroom. Boulder up the door, baby, leave me to my own doom. Let me shrivel on my own like a dry prune. Sweeping up the dust of your loving like an old broom.
Still liver, bit rate dither. Message to me ex, but it won't deliver. Fuck that bitch, kids, tell your mother. The chicken going drown in a Wayfire River. MP3 some with another digital lover. Embedded in the digital covers. Let's get loose, I'm a wider your bandwidth. Can you handle this? All my digital brothers.
Baby, plug your naked body in the mainframe. Cyborg sex, you can call me my domain name. Penis or vagina, all the balls is all the same thing. Look me like a vessel or just fly me like a freight train. You can do me like a brother in a porno. Throw me up the walls, baby, fill me with your hormones. Turn the whole bedroom to a war zone. Shoot me with your no, get it right up in my borehole.
Shoot me tiny guts up in a laptop case. Stick a telephone extender to the side of my face. You know they calling me the digi-widget lunatic. So here's a message, Mr. Gates, I'ma take your place. Micro rock made by Microsoft. I might microwave my tiny micro cock. I want a thrill, but it's gotta be cyber. Never had much luck with a human vagina.
You don't love me as the man I am, but would you love me as a robot man? You could never love me for me. I had to let you go and then it set me free. You don't love me as the man I am, but would you love me as a robot man? You could never love me for me. I had to let you go and then it set me free. Now I'm free.
Dance for me, Robot Kevin, I'm free. Dance for me, Robot Kevin, I'm free. Dance for me, Robot Kevin, I'm free. Dance for me, Robot Kevin, cause I'm free.
Alright, motherfuckers. Let's fucking party tonight.
Right,
let's go.
I got a big bald head, all the better to make love. You find me in the club, fucking it up. Tuck my dick up in my legs and I tape it up. Now I look so pretty, I'm $1,000,000. I'm a cross-dressed man and I'm here to dance. I got an inch where I'm struggling in my boot-cut pants. If you see me cry, you better walk on by, cause I don't want to share the pain that's inside.
5'9" in my 6-inch boots. Ladies, would you like to get loose? Ladies, would you like to get wild? Ladies, would you show me that moose? Knuckle, the buckle of my belt's untied. The shade's jet black, but the mustache wide. I just wanna sniff cocaine all night while I shake these thighs in the laser lights. Give it to me. Give it to me. Give it to me. Come on, baby, give it to me. Give it to me. Give it to me. Give it to me. Come on, baby, give it to me.
I'm an angry man, but I'm a soft old sod. I got a couple mates and they lost the plot. Don't need a girlfriend or a stable job. I'll be sitting on the box just hopping a one. No need to drive, I just drop to my hands and feet. Let's go like a beetle. When times get rough, I dust off the cocaine pack. Sniffing from an ass like a beagle.
Listen up, pal, I could die right now. Blood's pumping like a newborn cow. Robot dance while I take my shirt off. My heart's gonna explode like pow. Whoa, come on, have a bump with me. One'll be enough for me. Come on, baby, fuck with me. I got the horn and I'm giving out my love for free.
1,
One time for the ladies. Come on. One time for the men. Come on. One time for everyone in between. Yes, you gotta love them. Come on. Come on. One time for the ladies. Come on. One time for the men. Come on. One time for everyone in between. Yes, you gotta love them. Come on. Come on. 1, 2, 3 to the bastard 4. My ex-wife is a bastard whore. 5, 6 to the bastard 7. Kickers in the balls like David Beckham. 8, 9 to the bastard 10. Backing on a crotch like a free-range hen. Raising a glass to the gays and the bis and the trans and the girls and the big bald men. You better not assume my pronouns. You ain't got a clue what I feel inside. Shake my ass while I play Beyonce. You wanna come fuck me, then get in line. I'm a top shelf piece of ass. Don't touch what you can't afford. If I spin that pole, better give me cash. And then I clap them cheeks and I'm out the door. Give it to me. Give it to me. Give it to me. Come on, baby, give it to me. Give it to me. Give it to me. Give it to me. Come on, baby, give it to me. One time for the ladies. Come on. One time for the men. Come on. One time for everyone in between. Yes, you gotta love them. Come on. Come on. One time for the ladies. Come on. One time for the men. Come on. One time for everyone in between. Yes, you gotta love them. Come on.
This is a video of me expressing myself, and if you don't like it, you can fuck off.
Sink a gallon of gin, it's been a long day. Top speed, ripping the roads up in the wrong lane. Hop, skipping a jump out the dump truck. Headbutt back in your chest, make you concave. I got the vision of a hill throw. Eyes in the back of my head, back in the bilbo. Catapult another rock from his swamp pot. If he doesn't divvy the packet, give him the steel toe.
I got your mother blowing on my bagpipe. She been rocking me boat till I capsize. Gotta go, me cab's on the way, so I leave with a wink from the tip of my jap side. What's up, what's the deal, my brother? You don't want me to steal, my brother? Let a kid know that we shoot no porno. We gangbanging for real, my brother.
Midnight and the moonlight in me trench coat. Got me sixth sense setting in real quick. Backflip off the roof, grip the gutter by butterfly. Kick you in your dick, that's some real shit. Drunk driver, trash can diver. I can make a shift from a twig MacGyver. Sweet cake cider, can't come inside her. And I want another damn kid to provide for.
I'm an acorn, I'm an hard nut. I ain't the kind of tree you wanna bark up. I'll splash you with a puddle when I park up. You ask for a smoke, I'll say no, then I'll spark up. So what's good, bro? Your girlfriend's tits make my wood grow. Got packs in the walls in my White House. Think I won't war, but I will, son. Woodrow.
Big bird, sesame, big minge energy. Right, say. That's a 9 mil melody. Your mum's on benefits. Your dad's gone mad off of cannabis. You buy Gucci, but you ain't that glamorous. You're a vegan. I bet you're a vegan. You don't want beef, bitch. I do, and I've just eaten. Hiding. You'll get an hiding. I drank out a shit little 4-door Volkswagen Golf you've been driving.
Fair dues, that was pretty funny. That woman really did say big minge energy. It's not just you. She actually said it. So that was the Northern Boys, and at the end there they did a bit with they did a track with drop some stuff. They did a track with Pete and Baz, because someone was saying in here that they're basically just a team of Pete and Baz. Nah, they're their own thing, all right. Other older men can rap too without it being like a copycat thing. They are mental though, aren't they? I do really love them. I do. They're wicked. They're proper crazy though. Right, let me stop sharing that one so I can change the screen around a little bit. All right, stop sharing. Make this go to here. No, we don't want that. We want it there. No, not that one either. Okay, that one will do. There we go. That one will work. Yes, Loki, good boy. So I've got a whole stream planned. Should be a fun one. Should be a good one. We've got some positive news to go through. We've got the headlines to go through. Boo. We've got some auditor news to go through. And on Burke Alert, I want to look at Jupiter's response because it was hilarious and we didn't get a chance to do it last time. Unfortunately, though, we were supposed to be double Burke. You know, we're a double act. Unfortunately, he's not here at the moment. He told me to give him a call to wake him up before the stream, and now his phone isn't working. I feel like it's a trap. But yeah, I wonder when Nigel's making a battle rap band. He's the ghostwriter. That's what he does. Yeah, actually. So I put that there. That was painted for me by my lovely girlfriend, who I accidentally let slip that I have like a guilty pleasure of listening to Robbie Williams. There may or may not have been like a talk of stars in their eyes thing where I would have gone on and been like, tonight, never mind, that never happened. But no, yeah, she found out that I had a love for it, and then she did it, which is ace, to be fair. Yes, I understand. I still don't. You've had your foods, you've had your treats, you've got water. What is it you need? Do you want to come on here? But if you come on here, you got to be respectful. Go on. Oh, I see what it is. It's because I've got food there. You can't have that, buddy. I'm sorry. How you doing, room? Hope you're good. Also, shout out to everyone as well, by the way. Hello, Rev Violet. It's good to see you. It's great to see you too, obviously, Michael. We've got an MZ in here. We've got a couple of us in. So, yeah, like stream if you haven't already. It's good to see you as well, by the way. Whitesy, haven't seen you for a minute. Hope you're well. Hope you're doing good. Right, so I think I'll get rid of some of the banners, sort some bits and bobs out, and then we'll crack along with it. So I'll probably whack that because I can. I'm going to change my background. That'll be under media assists. What's the first one that we're going to go for? What is the first one that I'm going to talk about, actually? That'll be the RNLI thing, won't it? So I'll put that one behind me, and then I'll change this banner. Loads to do. It's very technical, this stuff. There's so many buttons to press, and I am slow. Slow as anything. All right, so yeah, welcome to Wake Up. So like, share, subscribe if you haven't already. Tell your mum. Let's see if we can get this stream growing. I want 1 million followers by next Tuesday. So you've got a little bit of time. Go for it. But seriously, though, if you can hit the like button, it's free for you, but it helps out the channel a lot. A lot. Right. And then I just need to get this article up, which shouldn't be too difficult. Boom, there we go. So I found an article, guys, on the BBC. No, I don't want to sign into anything. Thank you very much. And I think we'll enjoy this article. Well, in a sort of rageful way. You know how it goes. All right, let me bring that over here, and then we're back there. So, as you can see on your screen there, this is about the RNLI. So, the Royal National Lifeboat Institution has spoken out after some of its charity fundraisers were verbally abused by members of the public due to the organisation's role in rescuing people at sea. So, yeah, you heard that right. That's apparently saving lives at sea is all good and well, unless those people happen to be foreign. So, yeah, according to the RNLI, 2 fundraisers were targeted while simply doing their jobs, with the abuse linked directly to ongoing tensions around asylum seeker crossings. The charity has made it clear that this kind of behaviour won't be tolerated, describing it as completely unacceptable. They are also pretty straightforward to the point where they say, like, the crews and the volunteers don't pick and choose who they rescue, and if someone is in distress in the water, they respond because that's their job, that's what they do. Let me come down through this article here now. So, yeah, RNLI condemns verbal abuse of fundraisers. So it's said that abuse of its staff is completely unacceptable. Fancy that. 2 of its fundraisers were verbally abused over an issue of migrants being rescued in the English Channel. How dare you save people drowning in the sea, you bastards. I know, right? Yeah, these guys literally risk their lives daily to do this shit. It's absolutely crazy. When they called this out, yeah. To be fair, I think anyone that's that has a brain cell this is wrong. It's absolutely abhorrent. You can't just abuse RNLI staff for saving lives at sea. That's what they do. So yeah, they say that they support all the staff It supported all the staff, that's it, that have been subjected to abuse. A pool-based charity, we are aware of the incident involving our fundraisers in Bournemouth on Friday the 13th March. Our interactions with the public remain largely positive, but there are occasions where our volunteers or staff encounter unacceptable behaviour, some flag shaggers is what they're trying to say, in common with many other public-facing roles. Yeah, it's like if you're the police, if you're anybody, they're just looking for people to be angry at this point. Any sort of institution, even if it is a charity that saves people from drowning at the sea, nobody is safe from their absolute fucking bullshit. These people are just outrageous. It is worth pointing out, though, that the RNLI workers and that, I mean, it shouldn't have to be pointed out, but you do have to point it out for these people. They're not involved in any sort of they're not involved in government policy. They're not involved in border control. They're not border control. They're the RNLI. They're not involved in any of those decisions. They're there simply to carry out rescue operations and nothing more. So yeah, they've drawn a clear line here, stressing that targeting the fundraisers or the volunteers just isn't acceptable. I mean, these sort of efforts ultimately just end up undermining the ultimate goal of the RNLI, which is just saving people. You couldn't get a more, without getting too sort of medieval about it, it couldn't be more of a noble cause, could it? You know, don't want to be dramatic there, but fucking hell. Risking their lives. They will, I mean, the RNLI, you can phone them at whatever o'clock in the morning. They're always on standby. Someone will drag themselves out of bed, race across to a seaside town in just minutes, jump into a boat and be out at sea to save your life without thinking about it. And in most cases, without payment. They're doing it completely free. They're risking their lives for you because they can. And that, fucking hell, they don't deserve this sort of abuse. Dorset police said there had been a highly visible policing presence at all the protests. So last month at an anti-immigration protest outside the RNLI headquarters over the issue. What the fuck? While counter-demonstrators from Stand Up to Racism also gathered. I don't remember this. I don't remember this thing last month where they were outside the RNLI headquarters. That's fucking ridiculous. Officers liaised with the organisers to ensure that people could exercise their right to protest legally and safely without causing significant or ongoing disruption, and no arrests were made. That's what the police said. I say, what a bunch of dickheads! What an absolute bunch of animals! It doesn't matter. They're not going to walk over to. It goes back to the Family Guy thing. You know, the meme where he's holding the color chart up. And if you're a certain colour, you get the pass or whatever. It's like they expect the RNLI to do that. They're like, people are drowning at sea. They're like, what colour are you? Are you white? Get in the boat. Are you brown? Ooh, you shouldn't really be here in the first place, mate. I guess we'll just let you drown. It's fucking scummy, innit? They don't care. It's like the NHS. It's like the police. Nobody cares. Well, they shouldn't anyways. I know the police does have an element of it, but the NHS and, everything else, all these frontline institutions, they're there to protect people, humans that reside here, and that extends to all humans, including people drowning at the sea. It's horrible to even have to explain it, isn't it? People are absolutely mental. I hear it all the times. It's not about the feelings with empathy or compassion. Sorry, I hear it all the time. It's not about feelings, but without empathy and compassion, we are not human. I completely agree with that. I think that one of the defining features of humanity, one of the things that we should be most proud about, one of the traits within ourselves that we should encourage most is is empathy, is being, we call it as well. We call it being human, leveling with people, understanding where people come from. It's a trait of ours that is the most beautiful trait of ours among many of the really cool things that we do. We are a really cool, as far as the species go, we're pretty damn awesome. We do some horrible things and we say some horrible things, but overall, most people are good. Most people just want to crack on with their life, live a good life, and make sure that the people around them are doing just fine, just like they are, make sure everyone's secure, make sure everyone's happy. Grateful Aunt says, when I was a kid at school, they'd do a class-to-class collection for the RNLI. They said it's losing a lot of donations today. Yeah, so, do you know what? You've unlocked the core childhood memory. I remember there would be a day, once a year or so, where you'd be given a bunch of money. And at one point, I think we made a money spiral. We were trying to see how big we could get the spiral. They encouraged every kid, where they can, to bring in as much change as they could from home, which I'm sure parents everywhere loved. They were like, oh God, they want us to give more money over. No, But it was for a great cause, and all the money collected went to the RNLI. It was a big thing. Do you know what? And it's a sticker in my mum's house for years. We had like these little stickers that, you know, I support the RNLI, you should support the RNLI. It was some. Do you know what? I would go as far as to say that the RNLI is ingrained in British culture. I'm not saying it's a unique thing. Other people have, like, you know, volunteer coastal things, but I mean, this job is so difficult. It's so hard, and it takes the best of us to do it. You know, people that are willing to sacrifice themselves for total strangers. This is a British institution, and it's one we should be proud of. I would say that it's anti-patriotic to go at the RNLI like that, and to be like, how dare you save lives at sea. Evening, Wendy. We were just talking about you, as it happens. Apparently, we got some similar opinions on this particular issue. Where was it now? I think Rev Violet was saying that, yeah, you've got some similar opinions on this issue, and you were calling it out too, which is good to see. More people need to call this sort of shit out. Yeah. Oh God, it's awful. I can't find the comment there, but it's just horrendous, isn't it? Who wants to do this? Like, who seriously, genuinely is like, right? I'm not happy with the way that asylum seeking is run, the way that, you know, that whole structure happens, people coming onto the shores and things. Whatever your grievances is, you know, that's one thing, that's a whole separate thing. But to then have that next idea and be like, do you know what? I'm going to take it to the fucking fundraisers. We're going to set up a protest outside of the RNLI headquarters. What? Like, why are these protests never happening at fucking you know, outside places of prominence for politicians? So, like, you know, the Houses of Parliament, the Houses of Lords and things like that, the people that actually have the sway. Why is it always aimed at people who can't and, you know, have very little power over the situation to change it? Like, you're talking about outside asylum seeking facilities, you know, like hotels and things where people are like screaming at them about stuff. You're talking about outside of RNLI. It's weird, isn't it, the places that these people choose to vent anger. I think that's very telling as well. I think that's very revealing that, you know, they're just looking for any old excuse to be upset and to be angry about shit. And it, you know what I mean? Like, the world isn't short of excuses to be angry or upset. Like, it's weird that this is the place that they come to do that. So yeah, they've drawn a clear line here. Please stop doing this. As clear as it can be for, you know, a non-political organization. Yeah. There you go. Labour MP for Bournemouth West, Jessica Toyle, says that she was appalled and saddened to hear about the abuse, as we all are. I think, you know, forget the fact that she's from Labour, that's neither here nor there. But she does have a good point here where she says the RNLI is a fantastic charity that relies on public support. Their staff and volunteers work around the clock, keeping people safe in our community and across the country. You're fucking damn right they do. We should be proud of the work they do, building on our heritage as a safeguarding nation to those distressed. I'm going to read that again because I just absolutely chewed that up. 1 second. I don't have my glasses. I'm going to do a lot of squinting now, and I'm on camera too. We should be proud of the work they do, building on our heritage as a safering nation. See, fuck's sake, one more time. Let's do it again, because apparently I can't read at all today. We should be proud of the work they do, building on our heritage as a seafaring nation to those distressed at sea, whatever their circumstances. Their work embodies the values of the Britain I know and love. One that is tolerant, fair, and always lends a helping hand to those in need. I would even, do you know what? I mean, it certainly is those things. I don't even think that tolerance or fairness or anything really comes into this conversation. I do think that we should be more looking at this part of this quote, like about the seafaring nation. We are an island nation. People drown a lot. It happens all the time. It happens less frequently than it did, and a lot of people are safe, including myself, because of the efforts of the RNLI. Like, you can't get a better group of people at all. You really can't. Like, I mean, it's like firefighters and stuff. Like, police, albeit, you know, they're there to enforce law. Law is obviously heavily steeped in politics. There's a lot of legislation and acts that get passed that could be argued to be left-wing or right-wing, and, you know, there's a politicised argument to be had about the police and that particular institution. But when it comes to, like, the firefighters, for example, or the RNLI, people that are just there to rescue you, you know, ambulance workers, frontline workers like that, they're there to help you and protect and safeguard your community. You couldn't do more of a British thing than to go and save lives at sea. I think that is the most British thing that you can do, is to volunteer your time to do all that training, all that effort and everything else. It's crazy. In July, life crew boats said they made no apologies for rescuing people at sea. as they shouldn't. Fuck those guys. So fuck the people who are nameless at the moment. Apparently weren't named. I don't know if it was just a random bunch of people at a protest or whatever, but fuck them. Fancy having a go at RNLI fundraisers. Ooh, you evil bastard, saving people at sea. How dare you? Like, fucking calm down. God, people are crazy, aren't they? People can be pretty damn nuts, that's for damn sure. So let's have a look. You seen Rayner has made a move for leadership. Well, preparing to. Do you know what? We will have a look at that in a minute. Yeah, we'll have a gander at that. If you've got any other links, drop them in the back chat in the Discord. Sorry, but we do have. I did see that in the news earlier, especially about like calling it bullshit and stuff like that. It was, yeah, we'll have a look. It's definitely an interesting story. Up next, though, we have got. If I can scroll down a little bit, I've got an interesting one here. For anyone who's Welsh in the chat, and why would you be? Let me just make sure I've got these links loaded up. Nigel Farage, fucking been at it again. Let me make sure that I've also got. Is this email there? All right, I want to get these two up now. These two links here. But Nigel bloody Farage, he keeps on giving. He's pressed the wrong button there. Don't know what's happening. There we go. So Dad is oh, there you go. Let's go. There you are. So Dad is he's overslept, I think. I was supposed to give him a call at 8:30 to wake him up, get him ready for the stream. He was having a nice old man nap. He loves him. But don't tell him I said that. But unfortunately, I think his phone died or something, or he didn't put it on charge. So so he hasn't seen it. Yeah, he was supposed to be here today, unfortunately. But never mind, Solo Burke, you know, it'd be all right. I can hold it down. I know that he's why you come here. He's why everyone comes here. Bless him, he is awesome. Let's have a quick gander. Where was it now? So Nigel Farage has done another cameo, and this one is particularly funny. Let's have a look now. So with this story, Nigel Farage has been catching heat over describing Welsh people as foreign speakers. That's what we are. We're just foreign speakers in a paid-for video message. So the clip has come from Cameo. If you don't know what that is, basically it's a website where you put in a request, usually like a small fee, relatively, and then celebrities or public figures who are on that site that you put the request to will then record that message and say pretty much whatever you want, within reason. It's usually like birthday messages and, you know, things like that, well wishes and, you know, wish somebody well and, you know, just the typical stuff. Like, you know, if you've got like an actor on there that you particularly like or your friend likes, you can get them to be like, oh, I hope you're doing well, stay safe, whatever. And it's a good present for people, I guess. But there are logically, obviously, things that a lot of people won't say on there. Mostly because they've got integrity, morals, values, and like an image to uphold. But yeah, not good old Uncle Nigel. And if you've got some spare change, you can get this man to say fucking anything you want. Just ask Putin. Oh, wrong one. I didn't mean to do that. We're going to come to this one. It was this one I was supposed to be on. Here we go. So yeah, Nigel Farage called Welsh people foreign speakers in a paid-for video message. This guy is fucking hilarious. Nigel Farage described Welsh people as foreign speakers in a paid-for personalised video message that could prove awkwardly for Reform UK in forthcoming elections in the country. I mean, to be fair, Reform's already dead in Wales. The previous leader of Reform, is it Nathan Gill, I want to say? He went to jail for being a Russian puppet. He was being paid for by Russia to sow political discourse and everything else. I saw one where they had him shout out Fred and Rose West. Yeah, it was fucking outrageous. At small fee, try 97 quid for fraud. I thought it was like 70. At one point, it was like, oh God, he's going up in the world, isn't he? He's able to charge a bit more for it. But like, let's have a look because they do have the video in question here. Do you want to hear him slagging off my people?
Gutted I couldn't attend the wedding. I wanted to come, but I heard that half the guests were Welsh, and I don't know. Who knows what would have happened with all those foreign speakers there? I don't know. Anyway, Sam, I hope Toby will make you very happy, as I know you will him.
So there you go. I mean, it seems like, you know, it's quite... I mean, it's obviously inflammatory. I get that, but you know, it's pretty mild enough. It's harmless enough. I mean, like it might just seem like a silly old man being tricked into saying something silly or, you know, stupid. But this isn't a one-off, and as it's been pointed out in the chat, it's like another entry in a long list of cameos where he where he says the maddest stuff. It's really odd. What do you think his motivation is here? Is he just like a money-hungry fucking like demon, or is he just that dumb to fall for it every time, or is it both, or what? Like, but it's hard to imagine though that the grifter in chief being so strapped for cash that he has to let himself go like this for 97 quid. Yeah, let me bring this one up right now. This comes with a bit of a trigger warning. You're going to hear some slurs. It's going to come quite early on. This collection of videos here of his cameo. The reason I'm highlighting these ones isn't just because they're crazy and outlandish, which they are, but also because it highlights a pattern that I think is worth looking at. I think that Nigel Farage pretty much will do, and more importantly, say anything for money. And in the wake of what happened with Nathan Gill being paid for, I think that we should be looking at what he says. I think this is, you know, a snapshot into a pattern of events. This isn't just any isolated incident. I mean, listen to the things that he's willing to say. And remember, when you're thinking about it and when you're hearing what he's saying here, nobody's this stupid. Yes, people have coded it and they've split up certain slurs to, you know, say different words that when you join them, they, you know, it's quite obvious what they are. But there's no way he hasn't read this. You know, he doesn't just go, right, okay, hit record and then read everything for the first time. If he has, he's stupid. But, I mean, everyone knows what that is. You can't, there's no way of getting around it. So here he is. These are Nigel Farage's words, not mine. This is on Father Meme. Go and subscribe if you can. I'll hit the subscribe button there too. Here's a share. Let me drop that in the chat here. But, yeah, I think this is definitely worth looking at, even if it is pretty damn horrendous. But here we go.
Happy Pog Day to my favourite Valorant gamers. A reminder, show the sus simps and incels among us how to date girls and not be big cringe imposter chungus. She made beans, she do be eating them though. Sheesh.
Is this the... I don't know if it... Oh, okay, I may have got like... That was just fucking... First of all, that was stupid. This guy is just ridiculous. Anything for fucking 97 quid, eh? But, is it this clip then?
You're turning 18 and many happy returns of the day. Well, you're a grown-up now. You're able to vote. You can vote UKIP. You can vote Reform. You can vote for the Labour Party if you want to. I mean, hey, it's a free country. It's entirely up to you. I tell you what, though, Harv, it's a much freer country. Now we're outside the European Union and proud and free, and that's fantastic.
I mean, it's absolutely stupid, but moving on. That isn't the one that I thought it was. Give me a second and I'll find the right one. The things that the people have gotten to say are just absolutely fucking outrageous. So it's not that one. It must be this one.
Alex Sam, wishing you a Pog recovery after the Chungus imposter sabotaged O2. Hopefully now you can get back to your busy schedule of fanfic writing and revision. Don't be a backer. Sus.
He's fucking so cringe. I'm having a little trouble. Give me 1 second, then I'll be right with you. But there was a particular one that I wanted to show you. But I mean, the point still stands. You can get him to say anything you want for money. And I personally, and this is just my belief, I personally think that's exactly what Putin and stuff have found out. That, I mean, it's not a stretch to say it when you hear about the complimentary manner in which he always talks about Putin and everything else. The way, you know, he refuses to throw any shade on that. It's very similar to the things that Nathan Gill was saying during his time as a European member of Parliament or member of European Parliament. I can't remember which way it goes. But yeah, and he was jailed for that. He was clearly taken from them to do that stuff. So let me have a look at my history. It should be in here somewhere. Right. Is it this one? Because it's not just me that's noticed it. Also, The Guardian have done a thing here.
I was willing to say for money. We've scoured more than 4,000 videos sold by Farage on the personal messaging app.
So we'll have a quick look at this instead. Then I can't quite find that video that I was hoping to look for, but he ends up saying slurs and all manner of crazy, unhinged things. If you know what I'm talking about, then yeah, it's honestly crazy. But it's unfortunate I can't find it to put it on. I was watching it just before, but we'll move on from that, so I won't spend too much time wasting on it. But just here is an example of him saying anything and everything.
We've scoured more than 4,000 videos sold by Farage on the personalised messaging app Cameo. They include videos in which the leader of Reform UK repeats a far-right slogan,
Remember, if in doubt, kick him out.
was misogynistic,
If you're simpering for Alexandra Ocasio-Cortez's big naturals,
and refers to anti-Semitic conspiracy theories.
it could be the Masons, some think it's the Rothschilds, maybe it's George Soros.
He was even paid to make a video endorsing a neo-Nazi event.
Road Rage Terror Tour is the best thing that ever happened.
Since joining Cameo in 2021, Farage has charged at least £370,000. So, Cameo, how does it work? Well, it's an app. Cameo allows people to ask celebrities and public figures to record short, personalised video messages. You can put in a prompt, tell them what you'd like them to say, and then you pay your fees. They call the Road Rage Terror Tour.
Join the crew as they travel across the country spewing vile, neo-nasty rhetoric.
He received a prison sentence for violent disorder in the 2024 far-right riots in Britain. Taverner's family told Farage that he'd been unfairly treated.
Sorry about that. I was just eating some food then. But yeah, it kind of got a bit. I mean, this video here, at the beginning, pretty much sums up what I was trying to say about his willingness to be able to just say anything and everything while pushing all sorts of crazy ass fucking agendas. It's almost as though, because it's been said in the chat here, I think he's a bit slow to be Bart Simpson, which is a great way of putting it on such a regular basis. I don't think he is. I really don't think he is. I think also as well, you won't hear him being duped into saying many things that are incredibly supportive of a lot of policies that he completely disagrees with, a lot of left-wing or progressive policies, ideas or ideologies. But if it's like a right-wing idea or ideology, he suddenly falls for that and he's just a bit stupid. I think he genuinely is just, it's another outlet. People, he can get away with saying, well, hang on a minute, I didn't fully, they coded it a little bit, even though a child could understand what was being said. If you write the word par and then separately, just, well, not separately, but right next to it, you put the separate word key, people know what that means. We know that you're saying a slur. People aren't that stupid. Nobody is that stupid. And time again, it's got to be intentional. It's just got to be. It absolutely has to be. There's no way that it isn't. This man will do and say anything for your money. But I mean, we were talking before about, £97 a throw. Is it worth your dignity? Pardon me. On top of everything else he earned that year, he also earned 370k from it. It's not to be sniffed at. That's more in a year than most people will ever earn in a year ever. And that's just from saying this crazy, stupid, wild shit. But it is absolutely crazy, isn't it? It is. Sorry. Still got food in my mouth. Jumped on camera too soon. But yeah, it is absolutely crazy. And that's Nigel Farage for you. He's loving it. This is his thing. Some of the cameos, man, they're getting him to say some of the wildest stuff. I think that half of it is an act playing stupid, and the other half is, well, I can, if I read out the stuff where people says, film a cracking or fucking bend over and stuff like that, then yeah. I wish I could get paid for saying stupid stuff. You're not the only one. I wish I could too. Yeah, it's a shame though. I mean, we've got morals mostly. That's the. Remember, if in doubt, kick him out. Shut up, Farage, you fucking weirdo. If in doubt, kick him out. There's a lot of doubt about you at the moment, Farage. So there was another headline or two that I wanted to get into. Pardon me. Let's have a look at this, because Donald Trump has been saying some unhinged, stupid, crazy stuff again. Yes, that's right. I mean, surprise, surprise, right? Who would have guessed it? Donald Trump is back on the fucking stupid path. He got hit with the stupid stick, and he's going for it. At the moment, he appears to be teasing the idea that Cuba could be next. I'll let you guys, I'll leave it up to your imagination as to what that means. Why isn't this? Right, okay, so is that stop sharing there? Why isn't this loading? Let me reload this CNN link here. Here we go. That one. Sorry, got a lot of links open and stuff. So, Cuban president promises impregnable resistance to any US attempt to control Ireland. Because, you know, he's pulling another Greenland because he can, I guess. So, this is CNN. Oh, God, that stuff needs to go away. What a mad old place Cuba is, though. It's got a crazy history, especially with its relationship with America. But Donald Trump is obviously teasing the idea that they could be next, as tensions are continuing to rise over its relationship with Iran. So any attempt by the United States to take control of Cuba would be met with impregnable resistance, the Cuban president is saying. And is power. This is another thing as well. One of the other talking points is that there's been a nationwide grid collapse, but power has been restored in parts of the island following that grid collapse. Successive U.S. administrations have spent decades trying to isolate Cuba and have accused Washington of now using the country's economic struggles, such as these power outages and everything else, as an outrageous pretext of some kind for an intervention, the US-style intervention, possibly the one we saw in Venezuela, or maybe even what we're seeing in Cuba. I know that he's a lot of hot air, isn't he? He says a lot of shit just for the sake of it, Trump. But, I mean, Greenland is a great example of that. Having said that, he also does a lot of crazy shit. We saw what happened when he kidnapped the leader of Venezuela, just literally kidnapped Maduro. And then... Sorry, I've got distracted by a thing. Resignation letter. Who's been resigning? I'm not too sure what you mean there. Ooh, I didn't know this. Have you seen the flotilla to Cuba? Hassan Piker, Hassan Piker, Kneecap, and Corbyn all joined. No fucking way. Let's have a look at that in a second. Yeah, let's absolutely get that down. What I do know is at the moment that the president of Cuba is saying, look, we're going to be ready to defend ourselves, and we're not going to just give up easy. Basically, we're going to make an impregnable resistance. So the uncertainty of what the US might do next is adding to the anxiety, I guess, on the island in Havana. There's a whole bunch of people, including Mariana Alvarez, who told Reuters, I was reading this before, that most civilians simply don't want conflict. We as a people, as civilians, aren't prepared for a war, she said. I want Trump to understand this and leave us alone. Leave us alone, eh? That's the... I didn't even scroll down on this one. That's the overall message here. So let's have a listen to what's being said here, and I'll get information on that flotilla now.
Guatemala es un rincón donde la fauna y la flora entrelazan sus raíces.
Guatemala. New season available only on your stories. Visit guatemala.gt.
I think Cuba, in its own way, for tourism and everything else, it's a beautiful island, great weather. When will the United States do it? I do believe I'll be having the honor of taking Cuba. That'd be good.
The honor of taking Cuba. No, you won't, bro. He needs to keep his fucking hands off this. He's like a megalomaniac, isn't he? He's just fucking... What do you call it when people are constantly fucking stealing shit all the time? This guy's just fucking... It's unhinged, isn't it? This is again why we need to be closer to Europe. We are so, uninsulated from the effects, pardon me, of this madman just throwing his toys out of the fucking pram and we're going to take this country. We're going to steal this leader. We're going to throw bombs at this country. All right, I'm going to eat the rest of my food. I'm going to let this play out. Give me 1 second.
It's a big honor.
Taking Cuba.
Taking Cuba in some form, yeah.
I'll still be talking. I'm just going to be on camera.
Whether I free it, take it, I think I could do anything I want with it. You want to know the truth? They're a very weakened nation right now. They were for a long time.
This guy is fucking nuts. So I'll just come over now to, funnily enough, that was the same picture. This is Al Jazeera now, just following up, and I will have a look as well after I've had a look on here. Thanks for that link there. I'll bring that up in just a second, and then we'll have a quick little look over it. European groups join aid convoy to Cuba amid crippling oil blockade. Millions have been plunged into darkness in Cuba as the US's total blockade has meant no fuel shipments for 3 months. Obviously, it's important to notice as well, which I should have mentioned before, one of the reasons why Cuba is going through a lot of economic instability at the moment is exactly as it says there, because the US has got a blockade on Iranian oil, I believe. So because of the Iranian oil situation, Cuba were a big receiver and dependent on Iranian oil, and unfortunately now they're really suffering the ill effects of that blockade that America has put in place. Sorry, I'm just stuffing my face. I'm starving. So Milan, sorry for being so rude, guys, but yeah, we're relaxed here. We can eat together. We're friends, right? So as Cuba faces nationwide blackout and energy crisis, the first members of the global aid mission, taking more than 20 tons of food, medical supplies, solar panel equipment, arrived in Havana on Wednesday. Let me see, is there any videos on here? Apart from that X thing. Right, let me see if I can find a video. See, the only things I can find are a little bit old. Like, how old is this thing? You got a link for that, Mikey? Are you all right to drop a link for that in maybe either the Discord or in the chat if you don't mind? Either one would be absolutely sound. All right, let me zoom out of here. Go into the manager's room. Nice. I see the Angela Rayner thing. There you go. No, I've got to verify that I'm not a robot. Well, plot twist. I fucking am. All right, now that we've verified I'm not a robot, wink, let's have a look at this. So why is the Nustera America convoy, what is it, sorry, and why is it going to Cuba? So the flotilla is an international effort to deliver aid in a crisis-hit nation of Cuba. It's not a flotilla in the same way that the global Salmon flotilla sailed to Gaza last year. Instead of only involving boats, the Cuba effort involves all method of transportation, such as flotilla being called a convoy. So on the website, it states we are an international coalition of individuals and organizations dedicated to delivering critical humanitarian aid to the Cuban people. Cuba has been pushed to the point of imminent humanitarian collapse, warns the United Nations. Do you know what? Let's have a look now. And this is, as it says here, according to The National, all happening in the backdrop of Donald Trump attempting to starve. Yeah, read for free. No, I'm not subscribing. Go away. God, come on. Come with me. Stop being so laggy and horrible. I hate this site already. So there we go. Anyways, so that's happening in the backdrop of that. Our guiding principles remain unchanged: to be present, to support, and to act based on cooperation. Have you got anything with Corbyn and stuff in there? Because I'm typing it in and nothing's really coming up. It's all coming up from like a couple of months ago and things. Let me have a quick look just in case you have posted it into the main one there. There you go. But yeah, it's behind a paywall, and yeah, screw that. But no, thanks for letting me know. I didn't realise that there was also a flotilla that was getting to Gaza as well. Not just a flotilla, but a whole convoy, it looks like. That's absolutely fantastic. It's great that this is what people are. Usually when bad things happen, the best of us galvanise together and we do what's right by everybody, and we try and, if people are suffering in some sort of way, we try our best to make sure that their suffering is alleviated. We try and help those in distress. When people are going through struggle, most people have an urge to help and to make sure that people aren't suffering. That's like the urge of most human beings, in my opinion. And so, yeah, I mean, I'm pretty sure that's like most people are good. I don't know if that's just one of those nice things that they teach us in school or whatever, but I'm still firmly of that opinion. So, yeah, efforts like this really are the best of us. And when people like Trump, when their reaction is, let's invade, let's take over the island. What's that? They're going through economic struggles at the moment because of restrictions that we put in place because of an illegal war that we started. Yeah, fuck them, let's invade there as well. Let's nick them. Like, God, who thinks of going on a spree and just robbing an entire country? Like, fuck it, we'll just take it. Like, he's so colonial. He's like boomer colonial coded. Like, it's just fucking unreal. There is no cure, it's terminal. Sorry, I'm still eating. I'm nearly finished. But yeah, no, you gotta love Kneecap. Kneecap are always on point. What an absolute bunch of legends. I'm going to have a look at that link that was put in the article there. Sorry, that doesn't make any sense. I'm going to have a look at the link that was put in the chat. But I've got to go through YouTube because StreamYard doesn't let you copy and paste it. Right, let me find my stream. Which, thanks to YouTube, is a little bit more complicated than it should be. Right, where are we now? So there's that link. Okay, there's one from Michael there. And then we'll click on this one from... Why won't you let me click the link? Damn it. There we go. Ooh. This is sure to push a few buttons. Look at this.
Okay, so absolutely insane news here. We've got one of Trump's top advisors saying that this war was started by Israel and that Iran posed no imminent threat to the United States. And why that is important is because for a president to take military action without approval from Congress, there needs to be an imminent threat. We're going to go over that. We now know that Israel, we knew that Israel are the ones that started this war, but what people are not talking about is Israel's expansion plans. They are planning to expand.
Security, very weak on security. I always thought he was a nice guy, but I always thought he was weak on security, very weak on security. I didn't know him well, but I thought he seemed like a pretty nice guy. But when I read his statement, I realized that it's a good thing that he's out because he said that Iran was not a threat. Iran was a threat. Every country realized what a threat Iran was. The question is whether or not they wanted to do something about it. And many people, many of the greatest military scholars are saying for years that presidents should have taken out Iran because they wanted a nuclear weapon.
Shit, was I muted the whole time? Oh, God, how long was I muted for? I wasn't even... Oh, God, I suck at this. I am really, really bad at this. That's because when the camera's off, I'm eating loads of food and smoking weed. Fuck, I'm sorry. I should be doing loads of things at once. So, yeah. President Trump says the... So I was just having a look down, just so you know why I was scrolling around and stuff. This is Joseph Kent. This is the letter that was sent. President Trump, after much reflection, I have decided to resign from my position as the Director of National Counterterrorism Center, effective today. I cannot in good conscience support the ongoing war in Iran. Iran posed no imminent threat to our nation, and it is clear that we started this war due to pressure from Israel. That's what it said. And its powerful American lobby. Well, fucking well done for standing out and saying this, man. Shit. So, I mean, but this isn't news either. This is exactly what Marco Rubio was saying. Do you remember when Marco Rubio said in front of the national press, in front of the world press, actually, to the world's media, that we're starting this war because Iran said that if Israel attack us, then we are going to start attacking back, right? We're going to start hitting, its allies in the region and everything else, all those people that give it power and make it what it is. We're going to try and cut them off at the knees in this particular region. It's not going to be good for anyone. So that was what they said, right? They said, we won't strike unless retaliating, which is their legal right to do as well. I don't know about attacking American bases, but they said that they would only strike if they were struck by Israel. And America went, Jesus, fuck, there's no way we could stop Israel from attacking Iran. So I guess we'll just have to attack Iran now ourselves, preemptively, which, of course, is the pretext for an illegal attack. There's no international law that covers that. Sorry, well, this other puppet, we're the puppet of this other nation, this rogue nation who is plowing so much money into our politics and, everything else via lobby groups and everything else, and is now dragging us into a war. They are so outrageous that we must, they're so outrageous that we're going to have to attack the people that they attack, because they're going to attack us back. And this is it. You can't control Israel. So as it says right here, Iran, and again, this is this guy was in the position as Director of the National Counterterrorism Center in America. I cannot in good conscience support the ongoing war in Iran. Iran posed no imminent threat to our nation. And if anyone would know, this man would know. Come on, this is his job. He is the expert in this field. And it is clear we started this war due to pressure from Israel and its powerful American lobby. I support the values and the foreign policies that you campaigned on in 2016, 2020, and 2024. A broke clock is right twice a day, I guess. Everything he said there is completely stupid. Why the fuck would you support the values and the foreign policies of this fucking dickhead? Of course it was going to lead to this. He's basically saying, I didn't see this coming. And you know what? You should have. You really should have. Oh, my God. I love you, Chief. Thank you for coming in with the most stupid take ever so we can prove why that angle is so stupid. I appreciate you coming in and playing devil's advocate like that. It's great. Helps us highlight it. So here we see now why. So the US would be justified if they waited for Iran to attack. You're ignoring the part where Israel attacked Iran. Iran weren't going to attack. If you'd have waited for Iran to attack, you'd still be waiting. They weren't going to do it. In fact, according to America's own Director of the National Counterterrorism Center, according to Marco Rubio, according to Congress and the congressional members that were given a speech that was explaining that Iran posed no imminent threat, it's being backed up by several people at extremely high levels of office, that Iran were no threat whatsoever. It was Israel. Israel wanted to throw bombs in Iran's direction, and Iran had said that, look, we are going to be a peaceful nation and we won't bother, we don't want war at all unless we're attacked first. So then America was like, oh shit, we can't stop Israel. We can't stop them. But this is, do you know what? I completely agree, right? But this is the thing, if they weren't joined at the hip, like Israel has little to no military might over that region without the powerful ally that is America. It's the strongest nation in the world militarily. Pardon me. Technologically, in the context of military action and military technology, they are like the most advanced army on the face of the earth right now. and they're one of the biggest, one of the largest. They are certainly, I would say, the most powerful military force on earth right now, and they are backing Israel. They are the reason why Israel can do this stuff. If Israel didn't have America to back it up, it wouldn't be attacking Iran, would it? But the trouble is, America and Israel are so joined at the hip that Israeli foreign policy is now American foreign policy, and they're both just completely intertwined. It's like, it couldn't be more obvious as well to be like, oh, I see. So like when the director of the National Counterterrorism Center himself is saying, it is clear that we started this war due to pressure from Israel and its powerful American lobby. That is also that is also something that God damn it, here we go. Right, let me zoom right out. Scroll back up. That's something that Marco Rubio is saying as well. We attacked Iran, not because it was right, not because it was just, not because it was good, not for any reason, not because there was violations of international laws. And I mean, they probably could have given a million different better reasons, but they didn't. They said exactly what their aims were. Damn it, I need to zoom in here. They said exactly what their aims were, and their aims were to attack Iran because Israel was going to do it. That you can't get more black and white than that. People at the highest levels of office in the American government are all saying the same thing. Even people who, like this gentleman right here, opposes the war in Iran for those reasons. He's explaining that this is objectively true. Marco Rubio, who does support these actions and is part of the war cabinet, so to speak, whatever you call it, or the Department of War. Maybe I'm mixing him up with Hegseth, but they're all saying the same things. We're doing this because there's no way to stop Israel. We're going to attack them anyway, and there's no way we're distancing ourselves from Israel. There's no way we're saying across the board that we condemn Israel or their actions. Because you can't do that. You can't. They've got, like it says right there, they've got a powerful American lobby. And again, this isn't me trying to point out conspiracy theories. This is the letter of resignation from somebody at the very higher, most trusted offices in American institutions in the government of America right now. So, you understood that the wars in the Middle East were a trap that robbed America of precious lives of our patriots and depleted the wealth and prosperity of our nation. In your first administration, you understood better than any modern president how to decisively apply military power without getting us drawn into never-ending wars. You demonstrated this by killing Qasem Soleimani and defeating ISIS, which I don't think is true. I disagree with him there, but, you know, this is... Again, I'm not even the expert here. I'll say this guy is. But yeah, moving on. Early in this administration, high-ranking Israeli officials and influential members of the American media deployed a misinformation campaign that wholly undermined your America First platform and sowed pro-war sentiment to encourage war with Iran. This echo chamber was used to deceive you into believing that Iran posed an imminent threat to the United States and that you should strike now. There is a clear path to a swift victory. And that there was a clear path to a swift victory. This was a lie, and this was the same tactic the Israelis used to draw us into the disastrous Iraq war that cost our nations the lives of thousands of our best men and women. We cannot make this mistake again. As a veteran who deployed to combat 11 times and as a Gold Star husband who lost my beloved wife Shannon in a war manufactured by Israel, I cannot support sending this next generation off to fight and die in a war that serves no benefit to the American people nor justifies the cost of American lives. I pray that you will reflect upon what you are doing in Iran and who we are doing it for. The time for bold action is now. You can reverse course and chart a new path for our nation, or you can allow us to slip further toward decline and chaos. You hold the cards. It was an honor to serve in your administration and to serve our great nation. Joseph Kent, Director, National Counterterrorism Center. Fucking wow. Wow, man. No, I didn't say that at all. Now you're putting words in my mouth. If you accept that Iran would have targeted the US, even if Israel... No, that's not what I said. If they distanced themselves from Israel, it wouldn't have been. If they weren't so part and parcel, it wouldn't be the case at all. If they said to Iranians, "We want no part in this. We are never going to back them up. If they attack you, we are not going to give them the umbrella of safety that is our military presence in the Middle East. We won't use our bases against you. We won't launch attacks. We won't put ships in your waters. We won't threaten you or your sovereignty. If Israel do this, we will condemn them to the highest level and make sure that they are held accountable in international court." America could be leading the way on that. And that would have avoided all that. But no, what Iran is saying is they didn't just simply say, if Iran attack us, we attack America. They said, no, if a member of this evil coalition that is dominating this region and presiding over genocides, causing huge destabilization problems, decides to attack us, we're going to attack back. And it's because they're working together. That's the whole point. They work together. You cannot have, especially in the Middle East, you cannot have an Israel at the moment without an America behind it. You can't have an America at the moment without Israeli-American lobbies. They are part and parcel. They are the same thing. They're joined at the hip. You cannot throw a missile at Israel without hitting America anyway, because they are the same thing. This is what I'm trying to get through to you. Nobody here is saying like, well, I mean, nobody's trying to paint the picture that if Israel attacked alone, that America would get attacked anyway. If that's what you're getting, I'm not saying that at all. I'm saying that they are part and parcel together. Because again, because they have American bases and allies and things. They're not attacking Qatari people, are they? They're attacking bases and things in Qatar. They're going for legitimate military targets who happen to be, again, like part of this coalition of evil. So they're attacking American bases all over the Middle East. And those American bases happen to be all over the Middle East. So guess where those bombs are falling? All over the Middle East. And I'm not trying to justify what Iran are doing. I'm not trying to justify what anyone are doing. I'm saying that the start and cause of this war, indisputably, according to the director of the National Intelligence, National Counterterrorism Center, that guy is also saying it. Marco Rubio's, it's because Israel. That's it. It's because Israel. Israel were doing it, so we have to, obviously we're going to have to, because we're part and parcel with them, and there is no way that we would separate ourselves from that nation, or more importantly, from their lobbies, in my opinion. But the reality is, they were dragged into this war by Israel, whether they wanted to or not, and we can tell that the appetite from the American people, even the American administration, isn't one of war. They don't want this war. And that's why I have a spanner, Michael. Life is never black and white. It's full of contradictions. Two opposite things can be true at the same time. Yeah, they absolutely can. Some things can be true at the same time. I totally get that. In this sort of scenario, there is objective truth. There is such thing as objective truth. Like everybody, there's this whole thing that, you've got your truth, I've got my truth, and somewhere in the middle you'll find reality. There's two sides to every story. There's multiple sides, but there is only one objective chain of events. How you choose to perceive those chain of events is entirely dependent on the individual, I guess. But the objective truths are America started this war with Israel. The objective truths are that it's being put in writing, in letters, made public, in the letter of resignation by people that are in very prominent positions, that they also see that Iran posed no imminent threat to the nation, and that they started the war due to pressure from Israel and its powerful American lobby. It says it right here, black and white. This can't be escaped. These are the objective truths. How you choose to interpret those truths and facts is up to you, I guess, but that is the objective truth. So, moving on. Let me just close down a few of those things. That was the headlines sort of done and dusted for. No, actually, you know what? We did have a couple more. We're gonna have a quick look at some extras. Let me make sure. Yeah, the JOJ, you muted. God, I know. I've just seen that message now. Yeah. Oh God, it's absolutely bloody horrendous, isn't it? I'm just gonna show. Hopefully, I don't think this shows anything personal or anything like that. It's just the meme that we're looking at the moment. Just want to show this meme quickly. Let me zoom out just a little here. The US is suffocating. This is from Jeremy Corbyn's Twitter account, I believe. The US is suffocating the Cuban people with its criminal and inhumane blockade. We cannot sit idly by. That's why we are mobilizing to Cuba, bringing crucial and humanitarian aid for its people. My guy, yes, you fucking are. Honored to join this historic mission with Prog Intel. I'm not too sure who they are, but yeah, my fucking guy. Well done, Corbyn. Well fucking done. We love a bit of Corbyn, don't we? Although recently with the boys, I'm still Zach Polanski. He's got my, Corbyn was my first love. But, I've moved on, and I'm in a nice, happy place with Zach Polanski and the Green Party at the moment. And we're looking to the future. So let's have a look at a positive news story, shall we? Should we have a look, do a little positive spotlight? We haven't done one of them for a minute. In fact, I'm going to take off the thingy for that. I'll put the mic on, the camera on for this one. Where are we now? Pardon me. So we've got the Burke alert stuff there. What's my background at the moment? Because I need to change that to this. Make myself a little bit smaller. Nope, even smaller. No, that wasn't it. That was the one. That'll work. And let me change the banners. We're going to go over to good news. And we've also got link to share and a video to play. So let's get into this, if I can ever find it. Damn it. Why can I never find the things I need? It'd help if I had that link open, wouldn't it? View site. Yes, Loki. Don't worry, you can have your stuff in just a minute. We'll be finished soon. And then I'll share that. So, do you want to come on here? You can come lie down if you want. Come on, Loki. Loki, you're coming up. That plate is empty. There's nothing on that plate anymore. I ate it. I ate my food. You can come up, Milo, if you want. You can come up too, Loki. All right, and suit yourself. Stare at the empty plate. It's not going to magically grow food, buddy. He's going to start shouting at me in a minute. He's got that cheeky look. I can tell. Right, here we are. So, we've got a bit of good news. Oh, damn it. I pressed the wrong button. Where are my videos? I click back around. Here we are. As I was saying, I'm trying to deliver the people some good news, sir. What do you need? Come on, investigate yourself. There's no food. There's no food there. Come on. You coming up? You coming up? What do you want? Do you want to go out? Do you want to go out for a week? 1 second, guys. Come. Go for a week. Go for a week. That's it. Turn around. There you want a weed out. There. I'll grab you in a minute. Oh, sorry about that. How rude. He needs to wee and stuff. That's just mean. All right. So yeah, some good news. Yay. Oh, my internet's being a bit slow. Never mind. Yeah, there we go. So here we go. Let's get to it. Is often shaped in a political context and seen commonly as just tied to nationalism or division, especially when used in political rhetoric, which can make the idea of patriotism feel uncomfortable for some people. So this article instead reframes patriotism as something personal, something inclusive, everyday, and not controlled by politicians, and it asks the reader for themselves to decide what patriotism is. So what patriotism means to you. So too often patriotism is used as a tool of division rather than unity. So we ask, what does patriotism mean to you? And this is what you said. So from Zoe, who comes from Barnsley in England, she said, it's a bit like being house proud, but of my country, which is brilliant. Looking after it, keeping it tidy, investing in it, and caring for the people inside it. Looking out for neighbours and making visitors and newcomers feel welcome. That's a brilliant way of putting it. William from the US said, Carl Schurz said, my country, right or wrong. If right, to be kept right. If wrong, to be set right. Let me say that right. My country, right or wrong. If right, to be kept right. If wrong, to be set right. That's quite cool. The truth is more involved. A nationalist believes the appearance of supremacy is so important, he will attack his own countrymen for criticizing it. And a patriot criticize their own country when it can become a greater tomorrow. And a patriot will criticize their own country so it can become a greater tomorrow than it was yesterday. This was actually so intellectual and tedious that I just fell over all of it. So we're going to try and have another crack at it now. So the truth is more involved. A nationalist believes the appearance of supremacy is so important, he will attack his own countrymen for criticizing it. Solid, speaking the truth. A patriot will criticize their own country so it can become a greater tomorrow than it was yesterday. That's brilliant. That's absolutely, yeah, I really agree with those words. And who was that? That was Carl Schurz. And that came from William in the US. Let's have a look at some of these. Patriotism is not wrapping yourself in your country's flag. It's wrapping yourself in your shared humanity. There we go. Isn't that like fucking genuinely like decent and positive and nice things to say? And that's what patriotism is. That's what patriotism has always been about. It's about being house proud of the place that you live in. You know, really well put. Are you going to hear me saying a lot of these things as well? And it's talking about how a patriot will criticize their own country so that it can have a better tomorrow than it did yesterday. And that, I think, I would like to say, sort of arrogantly, that's the sort of patriotism we push here on a couple of Burkes, criticising things that are going wrong today so that we can have a better tomorrow and we can have a better chance and we can create a better, more inclusive environment, a better home that everyone can be proud of. And when you hear, like I saw a couple of comments just the other day, actually, on someone's, we're going to go through, we'll go through that. In fact, you know what, I'll do the Jupiter thing tomorrow. But you know, on there as well, I saw some people being like, they need to be deported. These people will talk about deporting their own countrymen. Despite putting so much pressure and emphasis on people of our skin colour and all that stuff, they'll happily turn on their own just for the sake of appearance when it comes to supremacy. So, yeah, that's exactly what that is. Let's have a look here now. So patriotism isn't loud. It's not about flags or anthems or proving who loves their country the most. For me, it's a quieter and enduring love. The kind that says, even when things aren't perfect, the kind that stays. I need to slow down with this. I need to zoom in as well. My poor eyes. Doing a terrible job at the moment. This is what we employ my dad for. This is what his job is. So the kind that stays, even when things aren't perfect, patriotism is caring enough to see what's wrong and still believe we can do better. It's shown in the small things. Helping a neighbour. Listening. Choosing kindness when anger would be easier. True patriotism doesn't draw lines between people. It asks only that we care enough to build something worth belonging to. Because love of a country isn't shouted, it's shown. In hope, in effort, and in how we treat each other. I'm coming right now, Loki. Irrespective of our origins. That was Brian from England. I'm so sorry. Come on, buddy. In you come. There's still no food for you, buddy. I'm so sorry. Right, do you want to lie down, sweetie? You've eaten all your food and all your treats. And okay, I lied. Here's another treat. There you go. Good dog. Yeah, there you go, Milo. You could jump down. That's for you. There we go. That's sorted. Yeah, thank you, Brian, from Portishead. Is that a place? I feel like they just made that up. They got my hopes up for nothing. Portish place isn't a real thing. Well, it's Portish. So let's read a couple more of these. This would be a great place to wrap things up with for this part of it. So patriotism is the feeling of love for your country. However, like conventional love, the feeling is not unconditional, and to be sustainable should not be all-encompassing. Patriotism is understanding that your country has a history, some of which can be celebrated, some of which should be addressed critically, and all of which can be learned from. Patriotism is understanding that your country is alive, ever-changing. Patriotism is understanding that while you had no role in being born in your country that you consider your home, it is your duty to look to help shape and improve it. That is fucking bang on. There you go. And these people definitely, who was that? That was Richard coming out of Croydon, England. What a fucking legend. What an absolute legend. Listen up, fucking your Jupiters, you fucking all of those guys. Yeah, tell them, Loki. Patriotism isn't about that. Go on. Tell them. Say, we don't like flag shaggers. Because you're Siberian Husky. They're going to deport you. That's right, you're rushing, you're going back. Yes, you are. You've got eye snot. Let me get your eye bogies. Let me get your eye bogey. Right, come on. Come on, buddy. Come on. Come on, you can do this. I know that when you get on here, you'll be able to sit down, calm down, and settle down. So do it. Come up here and settle. Loki, come on. Good boy. You got this. You're a good stinky dog. Yes. Good boy. We love you very much. Right, you can sit and you can chill. Yes, I've got your belly. Good boy. That dog. What's up, buddy? Oh. Yeah, let me see if you can see him. Oh, God damn it, this stupid ass camera. I know, right? Tell it. Say, Giving it all of that. Giving it all of that, aren't you? What? You're interrupting the show. You're interrupting the show. You're interrupting. Okay, now you're standing on me. You're interrupted. He's a good boy. He's a good boy. All right, I'll tell you what, I'm going to have to give him a treat. He needs a little bit of attention. So give me 2 minutes and I'll be... Hello, sir. Can I help you, sir? Thank you for that, boop. I'll be right back. 1 minute. Go. Where was I? I've moved all my camera around and everything. I need to move over. Is he though? I mean, he looks nice, but he's a pain in my ass. I have to whisper in case he hears me and they'll start shouting at me. No, I'm joking. He's an amazing dog. Amazing dog. They're so vocal, so expressive. And I need that because I'm an idiot. I need him to be like, oi, let me out for a wee. All right, then, Sard. Yeah, you coming up too? You can come back up. It's all good. And then I got the old Staffy, who, yes, he just wants to be laid down. He wants to put his head on my pillow and relax. And you can do just that. Good boy. He is a good dog. I love to cringe watch our Jeeps. Yeah, absolutely. It is madness, isn't it? And yeah, she can definitely learn a lesson from Richard in Croydon there. And do you know what? We'll just wrap this up now. This part here. Patriotism for me is a sense of flying my own personal flag for those before me. Notice how she didn't say on a lamppost. My late mum and grandmother, and being a positive role model for my daughters, caring for Mother Earth as much as possible, continuing to be charitable to those in my community. What lovely words from Joanna in Essex in England. I'll put the link to this. There's a bunch more that you can read that really sum up what genuine patriotism is in this country. Wee Man's World Patriotism has a definition, and there's a book that helps people understand the definition of each word. It's called a dictionary. Yeah, absolutely. Oh, yeah, missing dogs, man. I've got so many dogs I miss, man. I've always been really lucky. I've had a lot of dogs in my life and stuff. Rottweilers, I've not had Rottweilers. They're on my list. I love Rottweilers so much. They are just so full of character. Not that no dog isn't. There's no dog that doesn't look like, they're not full of character, but, some dogs just ooze it, don't they? And Rottweilers do. They look well cheeky, but they're a right handful. They look awesome. Yeah, dogs are the best. We don't deserve them. We really don't. And he's made Venture Buddy as well. Like, we won't just, he's not just being a good boy sitting here while I'm on the stream for 2 hours, not giving him his attention and loves, but he'll come with me when I'm going up mountains. He'll come and sleep by rivers with me. He'll go and, into the woods and stuff. He's a proper adventure dog. When I got him, I was doing the first sort of stages of the off-grid life where I was pitching up tents in places, going from site to site and just being off the grid and living as, as close to the earth as I can, really. And yeah, dogs are definitely earth angels. Yeah, they're fucking awesome. Brilliant. We don't deserve them. They're amazing. And no matter what we do, no matter what goes on that day, he's always looking at me. I want more fun. I want to have more. Yeah, the love of a dog is just fucking amazing. Male rot is for character. Female is best for garden. I bet they both got character though. But yeah. Hey, look at that. Look at what we got here. We got a Jim Speak. Hello, Jim. How you doing? Hope you're good, man. But yeah, definitely dogs over people all day. Yeah, and as you can tell, mine and my dad's life are like run by our dogs. Like you can hear he's like me now when you're doing the stream and stuff. It's like, right, I'm gonna have to stop doing what I'm doing because a dog needs attention, and and if you don't give them attention, then bad things will happen. You don't want disappointed beans, do you? No, we don't. You good boy. So that was it. That was the patriotism thing there. I think what we're gonna do now is just to wrap up the last half an hour. Also, if you're watching my partner, I'm really sorry, lovely, but I've I've gone over a bit, but I am going to get this next bit done just because I need to get it out of the way with, and then I can move on from it. But it was really funny. It's definitely worth looking into. I am talking, of course, about Jupiter's response, not the planet, the gas giant. That's mean of me to say. I'm sorry, I don't mean it like that. I just mean like, it's full of gas and shit. So, dun, 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 dun. If I don't do the theme tune, then I don't get things done. Here it is. I've heard it mentioned to me in a couple of posts over the last few days. Not posts, sorry, streams and stuff. But she dedicated a 3-hour piece to me after me and my dad did a little bit of reviewing of her stuff. And some of the shit she says is just so unhinged. Who's Jupiter? Oh, I am so... if I were you, and I wouldn't encourage anyone to just not watch, but if you're not already brain broken, then leave now. If you still have sanity and hope in the world that everything's going to be okay, then this next bit isn't for you. We're going to go over Jupiter. No, she's a sort of far right streamer. I don't know about content creator. I guess we all are when you're streaming. She's a far right streamer, content creator on YouTube primarily. She's very active in the sort of like speakers corner scene, or at least she used to be. She, in her personal life as well, she likes to go out, be at protests, challenge people, have debates and things. Never in good faith. It's always just, how can I fucking belittle a person or sing about digging up their deceased children? That really happened. That's a real thing she really did. A lot of the stuff that she talks about at the moment seems to be centered around blood and bone, which I'm going to get this wrong, is basically the Blood and Boden, or whatever it's called, Blood and Boden, which is the German, that blood and soil thing originates in Germany with the rise of the Nazi Party and how they used it to justify expansionism and everything else, and their extremist version of nationalism, that fascism we've been hearing so much about. So that's who Jupiter is. Well, that's not who she is, it's what she does. Although, it is primarily a lot centered around her personality. This is who she is as a person too. But yeah, so we're gonna pick some random spot. In fact, no, actually, let's start from the beginning and see where we're at.
Okay. Good morning, everyone.
Morning,
you can hear me. And I hope the noise in the background isn't too much. So what we're going to do is we are going to review.
We're going to put a banging donk on it.
That were over on that weird chat.
Anyone that says, you know what we're going to do, right? I'm going to put a banging donk on it. Does anyone remember that? Or am I the only chav?
No, discussing me. You'll soon know who the weirdos are. Because somebody sent me a thing and said, Joe, what? I really do think you should review them because they're absolutely ridiculous.
No,
so,
right. Nobody
sent
her a thing. Nobody sent Jupiter anything. This is a lie. In my opinion, I'm calling this out right now. I don't think that's true. I think that instead, Jupiter is a subscriber of ours, which is true because she, has it many times, come in and commented and embarrassed herself more than once. She's actually been on this panel. I had to, I don't like her on the panel, and it was only, I don't like platforming that level of hatred and that level of bile, basically, just being spewed everywhere. But yeah, she is someone who comes here. She does watch, she does listen. She'll talk about things on other panels, things that she's heard here, things that we've said. She loves a good bitch. She loves a good moan, this woman. She loves a good gossip. Yeah. This fucking somebody sent me this winky wink. No, you were watching. Just admit it. You're a fan. You like it. You want to know what we're gonna say next, and you're not alone. Loads of people do.
It's a review.
That sounded really arrogant. I was trying to make a joke. You're in good company, though.
Morning, Ricky. Oh, yeah, Section 8. So, here we go.
Section 8.
This is,
oh, God, what a name.
So, when I went on to Danny Unfiltered, Danny Roscoe's show the other day, I got into a debate with him and Sarah White.
You didn't get into a debate with them. We covered it. What actually happened was you said something mad, absolutely mad, about how Englishness is in the blood, and you know, it's just like, it's like a superpower. You can feel your Englishness just coursing through your veins. And they were like, yeah, that's not how you measure who is and who isn't English. Also, as well, she likes to pretend that she doesn't have that sort of ethno-nationalist stance, and she's not judging. She's not saying that, you know, these people have different, you know, rights or anything based on birthright. She's not better than anyone else, but it's worth mentioning every time we talk about politics, about blood this and blood that. Fucking crazy. Right, come on in, you come, Loki. Ooh, you ain't got any dinner, didn't you? Good boy. Sit yourself down. Good boy. Good boy. You're a good dog. Come on in, lie down. Good sweetheart. Come on. Come on, buddy. Come on, lie down for me. You know you want to. Good dog. There you go. There, he's a good boy. I convinced him to sleep in a bed that I built specially for him. It's harder than it sounds. And he's like, no, I want to be on your bed. I want to be on your lap, breathing in your breath. Like, he wants to be in my face. Bless him. I vaguely recognize her. I think she reviewed one of my videos about DJ Media. They're califating us. Yeah. And she probably did. She probably had a look at that. That one that you did with DJ Media. Like that. I just want to say as well, props to you. Whenever I can, glaze up a creator who's doing some really good work, I will. And yeah, I think that you did that work that you did with the DJE Media, that whole review and looking at, you know, getting the court documents together and everything else. It was fantastic work, and it's had a powerful, measurable impact on the community. He is now, a lot more people are more informed, and they can, you know, make decisions based on that information. Now they have informed opinions on this matter. And yeah, I fully encourage that. Oh, God damn it. This dog, it's like, oh, but the water's running a bit low. Is your water running low, buddy? Come here. Luckily, here's what I prepared earlier. There you go, mate. Have that. Is there anything else you need? Can I carry on with my stream, buddy? Good dog. Oh, no worries, dude. Thanks. That's so yeah. I got confused there for a second. Yeah, that's nice of you to say. I could do with a little more. I could do more of that with some others, but you know, it's hard. Yeah, God, man, it's so difficult to be able to get that stuff. And you're doing like when you do the video, the format that you're doing as well. It's sort of video essay style, isn't it? That sort of documentary style video essay, compiling it all together, making sure that it's all right for me. I can just rant. I don't have to have anything prepared if I don't want to, and it's still the same quality as if I do prepare. I just go on a mad one, and if I make sense, I make sense. If it lands, it lands. If not, then, you know, there's always another stream to be done immediately after. But yeah, it's a lot of fucking work, and it's a lot of effort. And fair dues to you for doing it, dude. Honestly, yeah. But it, like I say, it did really have a good impact. A good impact as well. That's the important thing. Speaking of not so good impacts.
And so we're going to review it.
Like the one that must have hit Jupiter on the side of the head. No, I'm joking. I'm just kidding.
Because apparently, even though I might not be the most articulated person in the world, and I accept that, I was never born a debater, never educated to debate, never wanted to be a politician. You know, I'm just an average working class woman.
But you're not, though, are you? You're not just the average working class woman. The average working class woman isn't a proud bigot. The average working class woman doesn't say, yes, I am a bigot. I've never denied being a bigot. These are quotes. That is a direct quote. I need to get it on my soundboard. I've got it on my soundboard in my Discord. And every time someone's like sort of remotely, openly racist, I hit that one. I've never denied being a bigot. But yeah, most working class women are not like that. You don't. This is the thing as well. She wants you to think that, you know, oh, I'm just Jupiter. I'm just the she's kind of posing as a figurehead without really knowing that she's doing that. She's like, with her language and her rhetoric, the way that she speaks kind of makes it sound like she's talking on behalf of certain communities. And she isn't. She's not talking. Nobody has that ability to be able to just talk on behalf of entire communities like that. Not unless they're, like elected officials and shit.
Lived her life quite productively. I worked for over 14 years full time. I've had 8.
I want to say as well, right? There's mentioned later on this stream about things that I'd said about Jupiter's children. I used them as an example because I've heard her say personally. I was highlighting the fact that she was talking about kids in the stream that we were reviewing. So, as an example, I use them to say that, yes, they may have other heritage. Their father may have different origins to perhaps Jupiter or myself or whatever, but that doesn't make them any less English. They're not half English. They're English. And I also didn't say that they're any less Nigerian than they are English or anything like that. You can be both things. There's no half of anything. It's not a splitsies. It's not like a 60-40, 30-50, you know what I mean, 50-50 thing. It doesn't work like that. They are English children, and they also happen to have Nigerian descent. And nobody's taking that away from me, which is something she says. But I want to point it out. The reason I'm pointing it out now is because when she talks about her family and she talks about everything else, I want to make it abundantly clear. I think that aside from the racist things that she says online, I've got no reason to believe that Jupiter isn't a really good mum. And she talks about her kids in no uncertain terms. Would you like she's got a lot of love. How do I say it? She's got a big heart for her children. She's a mother. And that's relatable for a lot of people. We've all got mums, or perhaps you're a mother yourself or whatever. I mean, she's a human after all. The reason I'm stating that now is because I don't want to run the risk of doing this too often and dehumanizing folks too much. Because at the moment, her impression and her take on what I said previously is some sort of an attack on her family. And it's nothing to do with that. I think, honestly, you're a good mum. I've got no reason to think any differently at all. But it's not about who you are as a person. It's about the fucking stupid shit that you say. Fuck, it's stupid.
8 children. And, I believe in marriage. So, pretty simple, really. A pretty simple person. But for some reason, these idiots who think they're something special think they can understand what I'm saying. And have reinterpreted.
No, I'll be honest with you. Nobody understands what the fuck you're saying, Jupiter. Nobody. And those that claim they do are liars.
Pretty everything that I said. And I'm going to, just balance it out. So here we go.
Later. So if you don't know, then Jupiter, when she isn't singing about digging up people's dead children, that's a real thing, or justify, no way, did she do that? Yes, she did. Listen to that guy. He knows what he's saying. In AY audits his threats to burn down schools, to kill teachers. She also dabbles in political conversations or discussion, whatever you want to call it. But they're the usual kinds of discussions that try to justify extremist far-right views like mass deportation.
Right, so this is an exaggeration, isn't it? Prick. So the prick speaking is the son prick, and the other prick is the dad prick.
Have we got that right? I'm the son prick, and he's the dad prick. Have we all got that? Is that clear? Is that all good? Have we got it? People in the back? Yep. Yeah.
Yeah. This son prick, he loves himself. He's up his own arse. He's a fucking wally. If you see him, he looks like something that's dressed out of Andy Pandy. And
Oi, I fucking resemble that remark. Wait, what?
Yeah, he's an obnoxious fucking piece of shit, in my opinion. But take all that aside, everyone's allowed to have an opinion. So first of all, I don't go around singing about dead kids all day long, every day, Nah,
not every day. It's just, I felt cute this morning. I thought, sing about some dead kids to their parents. Cheeky. It's just, you get songs like that are a moment on the lips and a lifetime on your conscience. So you can't do them too often. Otherwise, I don't know, you wouldn't be able to sleep at night, I guess.
No, it was a one-off incident, wasn't it? And it's easily explainable.
It was a one-off incident and it's easy explainable. Remember, guys, easy explainable. That's what she's going to do right now. She's going to easy explainable this.
A troll that wanted to go on about my children, and in the end, after fucking 8 years of this fucking obnoxious blacktivist troll talking bullshit and lies, I responded to her. I told her she should.
And did you respond to the bullshit or the lies? Did you retort her in a clever way? Did you debate this person in a battle of intellects? Did you weigh your mind against hers and find yours to be more full of knowledge and wisdom? Did you show her up?
She go and dig up her own dead kid.
You told her she should go and dig up her own dead kid. Yikes. So, yeah, that's absolutely fucking disgusting, demonic behavior. In the most biblical sense. No, I'm joking. It is absolutely evil, though. It's vile. Horrendous stuff. And this person not only... I mean, I'd have a lot more time for her if she turned around and said something like, oh, I didn't mean to do it. I regret doing that. She's not just stating things as a matter of fact, followed up by, yes, this is who I was. It's something I did, and I regret that, and I've moved past it. She's like, nah, fuck them. Fuck them.
She wanted to attack my kids. Huh?
You attack my kids. You attack my kids, so I'll tell you to go and dig up your dead ones. Fucking... You can't make up the vileness of this person. She is just like a whirlpool of hatred and viciousness and just fucking... Who hurt you, Jupiter? Somebody really hurt you, and this heart... She's basically like an armadillo or a poo that's been baked in the sun. It's like really hard on the outside, but I'm sure inside's just squishy. You know, I'm sure she's a real person in there somewhere.
Now, before anyone says, oh, that's terrible, the child I'm talking about was a fully grown adult who had kids of his own. This woman was a mature lady, the same age as me. Okay, it wasn't a little 5-year-old or 10-year-old.
Oh, it was a mature... I see. Why didn't you say so? If she's mature, then that makes it okay. It's fine. Guys, it's okay to do this. There we go, I'll get that on there as well. It's okay to do it. It's totally fine. I didn't realise you were trying to have your dinner. I should have put that in the thing as well. So not only if you're of a normal disposition or a sensitive disposition, or if you're eating your dinner, maybe now isn't the best time to listen. I'm sorry. I do apologise.
And yes, while I appreciate that woman, probably still felt the loss over 10 years after he died in an incident with his friends at a party where they drove him to the hospital, didn't call...
Right, we're going to... So that's her now trying to justify... in fact, no, do you know what?
Ambulance, and they never found the killer because he came from a community that wouldn't give up people that have stabbed other people.
And now she's making it racial. So there you go. That's her not denying or showing remorse. She's not even trying to lie about it and say she didn't do it. She's explaining it because they're from the type of community. I'm allowed to do this because, you know, they said things that I didn't agree with. I said it's weird, it's wrong, and it just shows a sort of level of emotional stagnation. Like she's stuck at like high school level maturity. It's weird. It's weird. Her logic, her reasoning. Do you know what? I was listening to my nieces arguing today. And like, you know, when you really boil it down and there wasn't anything to worth arguing over, and, you know, they sit there and they're like, oh, I guess it was nothing. And, you know, like the things that they said before that point where they're like, oh, they did this and then they did that, so I did this. And it's like, well, that's not an excuse to treat another person like that. And then, you know, you go through this, the stuff that we teach children, except the kids get it. They understand it. This woman is a grandmother talking about digging up other people. Singing gleefully, and then afterwards defending that. It's crazy. Whereas the far right love a grass. Absolutely, Jim.
Meanwhile, she came online instead of campaigning against knife crime or gun crime or violence on the streets. She came online slacking off white people.
Slacking off white people. It all comes down to white people. Every conversation I ever have, no matter where it starts, it always ends with white people. But it's got nothing to do with whiteness. Nah. Our whiteness is under attack. We need, you know, like special rights. We want ancient blood right laws to be put in place that I don't even think existed, to be honest. But all that stuff that she says is all to sort of prove that she's not a horrible, disgusting piece of shit. God knows. Let's skip into it because this bit is just infuriatingly disgusting.
By the way, I went onto Blacktivist channels for years, spoke to these people, and they will blatantly tell you I'm not British. And I'm certainly not English because that's an ethnicity. But now the tables are turned, they want to pretend they're pretentious. Yeah? Or maybe they've moved their position in life and what they think. Either way, they're entitled to do that. They're entitled to be pretentious bastards. They're also, if you're a horse and you're born in a fucking on the edge of a pond, that must mean that you're a fucking duck or something.
Yeah. Oh, sorry. I need to cough. Oh my god. So if you're, I'm sure there's some extra context to that there, but yeah, if you're a horse born at the edge of a pond near a field, then maybe a newt says that you're a flea. Like, what the fuck is she saying? This person is unhinged. Let's try and find something that's like something like, I don't know.
2 words there, give it a clue that it's not just one.
We're fucking something special. We're just different. And we want that difference to be noted.
No, you don't even need much context to know exactly what she's going on about there. This thing now, right? This is the crux of the problem. So Jupiter will be like, I'm not an ethnat, but on a political level, I want my whiteness and my ethnicity to be ingrained into politics at the political level, but won't say anything else further than that. She's like, well, I just think that it should be recognised. So it is. You are an English person. Nobody's taken that away from you. You're still an English person. What the fuck are you on about? She's talking about, like, in the context of politics, talking about blood rights and ancient fucking inherited rights and things like that. It's weird. It's weird, man. It's so strange. But she's like, I'm not an ethnat, though. I can't be anything close to that. I just want to make sure that it's known in law and in the... Like, what are you on about? What are you on about?
Just like everybody else wants the difference to be noted.
No, they don't. People just want to get on with their fucking lives.
2 words there, give it a clue that it's not just one set of people. We are where lots of people came, lots from all over the fucking shop. I don't know why. Why did they come here so much back in the day? Maybe
because there was a lot of chance to prosper.
Yeah, but I guess
there was a lot of opportunities to prosper.
there was we were mining, and we might have been a little bit. I don't know if we were.
Me and Dad talk over each other a lot, and it's my fault. I will admit that is my fault. Sorry, I just need to cough 1 sec.
Ahead or behind on things like copper mining and stuff with the rest of Europe. But I know there's a I don't know in North Wales way back to Stone Age.
Copper no more. That's
far end of Europe.
How dare you call it copper? You're not allowed to call it copper no more. That's offensive to the fucking silver. How dare you call it copper? There's little silver liberal elements that don't like it because the copper might feel bad that it's darker than the silver.
But the difference is copper and silver are entirely different things, whereas people are the same. Some metals different, people same. Has anyone got any fucking crayons? Don't forget to unmute, absolutely. Yeah, I know. I didn't mean to. I was like, I'm all sort of like clogged up a bit as well. I need to like clear myself out, but I'm sorry. Yeah, no. So back to the basic stuff for Jupiter. People are not metals. Those metals are entirely different. It's like saying, right? Okay, here's the thing. It's like saying that copper in Wales and copper in England aren't both copper. Only one of them's copper, really. The other one's culturally copper. That's what you're saying, Jupiter. That would be a better analogy if you were going to reduce humanity down to metals, you fucking donut.
That's how pathetic your arguments are.
That isn't my argument. You're a...
Europe and all over the place. It's they were trading. When we seem to, our school told us they were struggling around in fucking dugout canoes and getting nowhere and stuff. They were trading worldwide for things. People.
What the fuck are you talking about? Where are you going with this one?
It was just explaining that, our connection to the world, our history. We were trading with peoples a long time ago. They found Welsh copper in places like Syria, I believe, and stuff that, that don't really make much sense in terms of like history. What he's trying to say is essentially is that we have been cooperative and helping people for a lot longer than these bigoted racist fucks want you to believe. We have always been a nation of cooperation. Yes, we've had empire. Yes, there's been many parts of history that, that we need to learn from and the mistakes of of all that stuff, imperialism and everything else. But the reality is we have what's worked best for England, what's worked best for Wales and Scotland and everything else. Ultimately, our biggest virtue, our biggest asset is the fact that we are a cooperative people and we cooperate with others and we trade and we build relationships and we develop things like that, because that's how you progress. Panel soon. Bring some people up and they can come and chat some shit with us.
Hell yeah. Yeah, we've missed that. I've missed the G block. Yeah.
I'll drop a link for you in just a minute, man. We'll just get through this next bit that I wanted to get through because it's so fucking outrageous. Honestly, you're not gonna believe it. But just interestingly as well, just a point that I wanted to mention while you were saying that, it got me thinking about a lot of different things. But what English is as well, like, because they want to frame it as being something entirely in the blood. But interestingly, and it is interesting, legally speaking, regardless of where you're born anywhere, you're not legally classed as English, Welsh, or Irish. It's not. Legally speaking, we're all British, right? So with people putting so much,
and that's the whole argument. They fucking changed the legalese of it all without asking anybody.
Okay, that isn't true either. That just isn't true. At no point in like Dupe's lifetime or anything like that has anyone just gone, right, we're now updating this and we're doing X, Y, and Z. That isn't how it happened. There is no unilateral thing. Like things like cultures, things like a people, a land, and all that sort of stuff. They grow, they evolve, and they change. It's grown and it's evolved and it's changed. Jupiter is yearning for a time hundreds of years ago where people that were defined a certain way and, with really rigid social constructs that, certain types of people were on the very top, not equal with everybody, on top. And that's what she's after. I get that she's not, talking about master race stuff, even though she is, quoting fucking German propagandists and stuff when she pushes this vile level of fascism. What do you call it? Ethno-nationalism and stuff, to put it more accurately. She's putting ethnicity at the very center of what it means to be an English person. And that is nothing to do with it. Your ethnicity doesn't matter. You can be English whether you are or are not of a certain race of people, whether you do or don't have a combination of French, Germanic, Norwegian or Danish roots and things like that. This person is just so oblivious to everything. It's not even that she's oblivious. She looks at 2 and 2 and comes out with blood rights, ancient fucking blood rights. It's like, whoa, what the fuck? God damn it.
They changed the meaning of who we are as peoples without asking anybody.
No, that isn't true. They didn't change the meaning of who we are as a people. Who we are as a people grows and develops and changes. That's a natural, normal, perfectly logical thing to happen. Societies always do it. It's what happens. It just is.
It's the whole point. You absolute fuckwit.
In fact, I'm going to go ahead and say it. Anthropology would say that this is an evolutionary trait. That this is how humans have evolved. It couldn't be more of a natural thing. She thinks that somebody has just slipped along in the night and nicked your ethnicity. And now you're not a white person anymore. You're not an English person. Oh my God. Fucking hell. This whole the legality about English, British, Welsh and all that stuff, that comes from the Union and things like that, where we created one group of people, and this group of people was many different groups of people, and it's been that way ever since. But it was always that way in the first place. The Union came about through very seriously complicated and historical events that really, really shape the times that we have now, which I'm sure Jupiter is completely oblivious of. She does, and she also seems to think as well that the Union, for some reason, is working in favour of we need our own parliament. I've heard this a couple of times, and the easiest way I can describe it is, so when English people say things like we need our own parliament because you guys have your representation, right? Wales has got its own parliament, it's got the Senedd, there's the Scottish parliament, the Irish have got their own thing going on. Why don't the English have their own parliament? They do. It's called parliament. So what happened was England forced Wales, it forced Ireland, and it forced Scotland into a union with blood. It forced them in there with invasion, blood, and war and death. That's how they managed to coerce people to get into a treaty, which otherwise they wanted to all be independent kingdoms, right? So they forced them in there with blood and violence. And then they submitted everybody eventually after, to their monarchy. We'd essentially principalities at that time. Historically, that has changed, but we were principalities. We were ruled over by a British, an English royal family, and everything else. And as a direct consequence of that, when Parliament was constructed, Parliament was for everyone. It was the English Houses of Parliament that ruled over all the affairs of Great Britain because they were the dominant nation. Subsequently, since then, in many, many hundreds of years after then, since the creation of Parliament and stuff, people have now decided, you know what, we would like our own Parliament, please. And so we were like, we'll devolve some powers, and of the powers that have been devolved, sort of repealing some of the things from Union. We know Wales have its own devolved powers with things like, the NHS and, how funding and stuff works. We have their own housing thing going on. We've got all sorts of our own independent things going on separate from England. And so we were all given these parliaments to be able to sort that out. My point being is that you actually have your own parliament. It's called Parliament. That is your own thing. You're not losing out. Like when it's like saying like, oh, well, India got independence from the UK. When's England going to get its independence? It's like, you're the people that we had to become independent from. What are you talking about? Emphasis on blood and ethnicity and this, that, and the other. It doesn't even align with the legal definitions of what this is. It doesn't align with anything. It's not what England is. And they're so out of touch with reality.
We're not out of touch with reality. You lot are. You lot are. A complete fiction had to be created to do away with the true genetics of who we are as people.
Now it's a conspiracy. Kings gathered together, along the English royal family gathered together a while ago to conspire to take away Jupiter's ethnicity.
To do away with the true genetics of who we are as people.
Yeah, that's right. They were like, they said that we need to get ready to do away with the true genetics. What the fuck are you talking about? You absolute mad person.
And yes, I agree with you. Ethnicity isn't down to just whether you've got a blood lineage. Ethnically it is, but the whole English persona is not just down to whether your blood is English or not.
It's not even a little bit about whether your blood is English or not. It just isn't. That isn't how that works. Like there are many, but this is the thing, putting so much emphasis on it all the time. It's all good and well being like, well, it's not just about that, but what? But it's very important that we constantly talk about it all of the time. Why we're different from them. We're full English. They're half an English. Total eclipse. Shout out to the fucking Jaffa Cake adverts.
I agree with you. There's a whole culture that comes along with it as a people's. And actually, it's the culture that we're actually arguing about. Because that's how it manifests itself from a group of peoples that share the same blood type. They manifested a culture, just like other people around the world, groups of people that have a certain blood type have manifested.
Yeah, it was those of a certain blood type that brought chicken tikka over here. It quickly became a national dish. It was those. Like, come on, man. Like, it's not, they haven't, even London isn't even English. Do you know what I mean? Like, even London wasn't, like, London was built by Italian people who, they'd call themselves Romans, I guess, at the time. That was a whole separate thing. But people that come from Italy, like, it's not this idea that, like, by some divine right, by your special blood. I mean, if you look at English blood, this myth of, like, English DNA and stuff, I'm fucking sick of hearing it. They say it's a combination, like, Jupiter will say it's a combination of Anglo-Saxon. And she says that like those two groups are uniquely one group historically. They're not. They're two different groups from different places. Same region, but they're two different tribes entirely. So if you're a mixture of Angles, if you're a mixture of Saxons and Celts, then you are English. That's your magic bloodline, right? What if you've got French in you? Because you might do. The Normans came over and, they integrated quite well here. What about if you've got Viking blood in you? Which people in England do have. Do you know what? If you have it, what we do know is that being English has absolutely nothing at all to do with your blood. It's just fucking. Here we go. The science of ethnicity is famously murky. Yeah, it's stupid. It's real stupid, and it has no business in a conversation about politics. And if you don't want people to think you're an ethno-nationalist, stop putting blood and DNA at the center of what it is.
Their own culture.
You absolute fucking bigot. Just
fucking outrageous. I mean, we all bleed green, right? Right.
My dad
I
does
always
have
understood.
green blood. I
But
can prove that.
nowadays,
He's not of
Smoked too much fucking weed.
when someone like Shamima Mahmood says she's an English woman, or when Hamza Youssef says he's a Scottish man, I'm sorry. I just see that as, frankly, a piss take. They're just taking the piss at this point.
They're just taking the piss at this point. Shut up, Havez. I was listening to Havez before on one of Jupiter's streams, advocating for putting people who I guess he doesn't like when it comes to deportations, that they should do it by catapult and parachute, or they should just parachute. But he didn't even want the plane to land. He was advocating specifically and quite clearly against the plane even landing. Like, these fucking people, man, they're disgusting.
He's born on the soil and been raised here in the English culture. So culturally he's English. He would be considered British, yeah, because he's born here.
So so you can be many things. He's English, British.
But he doesn't have any of the ethnic lines that takes him back to the ancient British.
He doesn't have any ethnic lines that takes him back to the ancient British. The ancient British. Yes, that's a thing. It's not like, Britain's entire makeup has always been different people from different places. We're talking about Celts, we're talking about Cheddar Man, we're talking about ancient British. Fucking hell, this person gives me a headache.
And that's his argument. So you need to understand what we're all been talking about, yeah? Before you open your mouth and assume you know where he's going.
Yeah.
Yeah, don't worry, Danny.
That's all me.
Same thing. You can put your coats over the puddles for racist, fam, but man are still gonna cook, bro. You're still at the end, because so just behave yourself.
We've got Babs on. God. This is going to be lovely.
It's dumb as fuck.
Objectively, she does that.
Babs is a lovely, dear old grandmother.
We know that. It's, you know what I mean? Like you're the in group of the nation if you share a certain like racial background.
Sensible.
Hiya, Babs.
Hey, I can't believe I just heard that fucking Burke say that you're further than ethno-national. What is he on about? Why are they so stupid? And Betty, oh my God, I can't even keep up with Betty. He's as dumb as fuck. What are these people on about? Just frustrating, Jukes. It was really frustrating.
They're scared, Babs. They don't understand that we're trying to protect the people that are already here.
We're terrified because they want to protect the people that are already here. We're terrified of that. Obviously, clearly.
Yeah. Why should we have a marauding bunch of people that want to rape, pillage, murder, and have a different political ideology?
Yep.
All
right. Okay. So she's now describing people of different backgrounds instead of saying. I'm trying to find a nice, generous way of putting that argument, but she's literally just describing foreign people as, pardon me, what was it? A marauding bunch of rapists?
People that are already here.
Yeah.
Why should we have a marauding bunch of people that want to rape, pillage, murder, and
listen to that language. In case you didn't know, newsflash, breaking news. There is a marauding gang of people who are raping and pillaging and what the fuck? What the fuck are you on about? You fucking absolute you weirdo. That's not true. What are you talking about? My great granddad was King Arthur and Merlin was one of my great uncles. So take that. Fucking, it's been took. It's thoroughly been. It's took. I can't. There's not much I can say to that. I think you rule England now. I think that's how that works. I think there may be a sword and a stone, something like that. Don't get too bogged into the details, but you pretty much rule England now.
They have a different political ideology.
Yep.
Come into this country and usurp us. Why? Why?
She thinks that people of different ideologies are coming to this country to usurp people, to usurp the white, indigenous, British people. God damn it. Well, do you know what? On that craziness, I've had just about all I could take from that unhinged madness. I will be hopefully doing a proper little dive into it with my dad soon, because I'm sure he wanted to talk about it, but I wasn't going to miss this opportunity to share it with you lovely people, seeing as though we didn't do it last time. But thank you all for tuning in. I do really appreciate you all. You're all fucking amazing. Sorry about the wobbly camera stuff. Yeah, that stuff. But yeah, I really appreciate you all. It's been amazing. And as always, thanks for sitting with me. Thanks for doing all that stuff. Love and peas and beans, broccoli and vinegar. I don't know, whatever my dad says. Take it easy.